Hello, and welcome to the Knaves Guild. How's it going? We're going to be working on the Cult of Melium storyline today. Kind of started to stumble upon that last time on our live stream here with some world building, and we will be taking a deeper dive today. Just getting some stuff set up here for you guys. We'll continue to have the same kind of interaction we were having last time, with players taking on the roles of characters and making some decisions for them. But we're really going to focus today on the decision making and how that will impact the storyline as we move forward. We've kind of selected, kind of zoned in on a world issue for this time period, the Cult of Melium, as it's called. Alright, so let's take a look here. We'll get going. Here we are with the known world of Gethra. And over here in the Highlands, we have the massive city of Ith, which is capitalized on the intersection of these rivers, the Rhena River Basin. It's capitalized on the Crimson Highway, and it's capitalized on all these cities in the inland and towns that are mining towns and farming towns. With the savanna here, this is a much better area for agriculture than much of the jungle lands to the south. So it's kind of become a sprawling metropolis, even by this point in history, in 700 since the Orish. And so we're going to be taking a look at how the rise of this particularly sinister cult within the city will influence things moving forward. Gone ahead and added on my timeline our Cult of Melium information, and we're going to continue working on the wiki here as we kind of continue to flesh that out, that information. We've got the Cult of Melium. I've renamed the page from Radar and Absolutionism, and it is now going to be called the Cult of Melium. We did write down last time, during the years since Orish 735, this belief system rose to prominence among the rulership of Ith, leading to all manner of strange rituals and dark deeds. In a way, this sudden publicity caused more issues for Melium. It solved, but it also caused widespread chaos across adjacent cities, some of which had notable followers of the cult, and others did not, and others that did not. Alright, so the rise of Melium. We'll add in kind of a few sections as we kind of develop this entire kind of issue. Actually, let me move this over to the... I think we had a page on this as a historical issue. Yes, we called it the crisis at the time. But we're going to switch that up and have this be after the rise of the cult of Melium in Ith in 735. A number of other cities either declared for or against the ruling class of Ith and their new beliefs. By 775, the crisis was resolved. During this time, many of the cult's rituals and tomes were stolen from their collections. It is believed that Aeon Isitar of Elikar procured them. And that was Aeon Isitar, of course, was one of our viewers last time. Which, if we check, we can view his info here as well. Ammon Ishtar. Well, let's paste a link to that in here. Interesting that we can't rearrange them here. Oh, we can. Just gotta grab this one here. Perfect. All right. So kind of group these up into some historical categories here. And we're going to add in here the first kind of, well, let's dive in a little bit more to this. We're going to continue using our random chances in order to shape the story. Just a great way to kind of keep it feeling very different from most other stories, and that's where some of the game aspect of Gethra comes into play. So we want to figure out during what year did the cult first form. Well, let's see, it could be anywhere from 500 to 700. 550. So it's been around for a while, but it's gaining new prominence nearly 200 years later. So add that onto our timeline as well. Easy to keep track of things here. There we go. Nice big long period of it. We also know that it is dissolved in 775 or something. Let's take a look again. 775. we are. Interesting. It doesn't do that automatically. 694. Let's populate these quickly, make them not glitch out. Alright, looks good there. Keeps giving us just multiples of 5. All the numbers sound so round. An apparently successful ritual completed in YSO 565 led to an early boost in the cult's following, but it wasn't until much later that it received mainstream attention. Public attention, let's say. Alright, and I think here's a good time to bring in what was this ritual that succeeded. Alright, so it could be a foretelling that they just were able to channel some sort of specific vision instead of a random vision. Magic often in this world reveals random information. So we've got a foretelling. Let me just turn the brightness down on this other monitor again. Gets quite a bit of glare on me. There we are. Alright, so what was the successful ritual completed in Melium's name? A foretelling, a killing from afar. They were able to assassinate someone. Yeah, let's say an assassination. A natural disaster. A powerful enchantment. A powerful evolution. There is, within the world of Gethra, room for magic to change humans if they invest in it. There are magicians, or the servants of magicians, who have gained almost near superpowers in some ways. Increase strength, increase speed from the effects of these spells. So this could be an option as well. I will need to update my magic page at some point, because I know some of this stuff isn't on there yet. We don't have any reason to suspect any of these are more likely than others, so we will just leave it fully 5 options there. And we rolled a 3. So they were able to conjure a natural disaster. What disaster? A hurricane. An earthquake. A volcano. A flood. A famine. Disaster cometh, yes. Welcome, Babacus. How's your afternoon treating you? Or evening? Well, I guess I forget. Yeah, you're at West Coast, so it's probably afternoon. Also, feel free to chip in some disasters. Nuclear plant. I don't think there's any nuclear plants within Gethra here. That's a good thought, though. Let's see. Is there anything, any sort of factory or anything like that? No, I'm coming up with a blank. Yeah, let's leave it as these ones here. Hurricane, an earthquake, a volcano, a flood, or a famine. A famine. Alright, so in, let's see, which area was affected? City near, or region. Near Elkar, region. Near Alpan. We know it's kind of within this region, the continent, so I'm just going to note down some of those names. So we've got Ith, Alpan, near Ith, near Vagran, near Hyrena. Alright. Let's see what comes up here. I do think if we don't have any newcomers who want to take on the role of a character, we'll probably run into some people today where we'll need to double up. And, you know, Babacus, if you'd like, you could make decisions for another person, not just he who basks. But we'll see. My kind of idea for the channel once we get there is to have all different people coming in to take different roles. Rather than anyone taking on several roles, just because I think that it's going to be more fun for a higher number of people to get involved. Not just sitting there watching, but also having some stake in it. So we'll have to see. But for now, I guess since we're a little smaller right now, we can get some. You guys get the added benefit of more interaction. Near Hyrena. Alright, so let's fill in this. Also, we're going to change this to the Melium Crisis. Here we go. An apparently successful ritual completed in YSO 565. A famine in the land of Hyrena. Be quite strange. In a jungle area, must have been perhaps some sort of livestock thing. Sure, by all means, share the channel if you'd like. I'm always a little cautious with self-promoting too much on public forums myself because I don't know which ones are safe to promote on and which ones aren't. I was thinking with my globe map, I used to post sometimes on the Cartographers Guild. It's called forum online. So I might post some updates for my map on there, see if anyone comes over for that. Of course, it always looks better if it's somebody promoting somebody else. There you go. So I'd really appreciate it, Babacus, if you don't mind. I also will probably be doing some more promoting of my own this week, trying to find some places to spread around my my channel, but we'll see. It's also tricky. I mean, it sounds like you've watched a bit more of the Dungeons and Dragons streams and stuff. I'm a little unsure because I'm not really doing exactly Dungeons and Dragons. I want this to be a resource that people could use for their games if they want. All this world building that we're doing. But I was curious if I should be in the tabletop role-playing game category or just chatting, you know? It's tricky with Twitch because what I'm trying to do doesn't really fit exactly with one category. But it seems like there's a larger viewership in Dungeons and Dragons, so thought I'd stay here for now. All right, so let's see. Let's add that onto the timeline too. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, I think I had it on at one point, and I was trying to make sure that playing with viewers tag would be visible right away. So I took off some of the other tags, and then now I'm like, which ones do I gotta add back on here? Let's see here. Actually, I can edit that. I think I might just cross off the history one. We're doing history. That kind of comes with the territory for world building. So we'll do interactive, playing with viewers, roleplay, world building, and writing. That's a good idea. Update that. Oh, and I should change my title too. We're not doing the podcast today. There we go. Always appreciate the tips. I watched a bunch of gaming streamers, but I'm a little new in the Dungeons and Dragons category. Trying to watch more just so I get an idea of how it all works here, but it's definitely something that I will always appreciate feedback on what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong. Alright, so let's add in here. We got that famine that this cult caused. So they've got some magical power within the cult. We don't know if that's going to be just sorcerers or if that's, if there is some truth to this deity that exists. We'll have to see. Oh yeah. That's fair. Ah, well, I don't mind. I'm kind of like, I'd be working on something to do with this anyway, and I'll just show up. Might as well have the stream on while I'm doing it. Besides, I'm sure, streaming for many days in a row, that always helps too. And with the wiki, it's not like that work's going anywhere, so people can find it, after the fact. If they don't want to watch a whole long VOD, they can always just check out the wiki and see the progress there. So, all right, let's see here. This is famine in Hyrena. So that is in West Radrigar this time. These colors are awful similar, and that's in 565. But we'll keep it out of that category. We're going to add in another one that says cult causes famine in Hyrena. By having them separate, that way if we search for events that are just in Hyrena, we'll see that there was, a famine there. But this way we can, also see that within the cult. Even if, 565. Now there used to be a way that I could connect that. No, we'll leave that for now. Okay. What led to the upper class of Ith accepting the cult? We gotta see how it becomes more central to our story setting. Could be another successful ritual. A prominent sponsor. Or I will say patron. A prominent patron who kind of pushes it in that sphere. We've got, let's see, a neighboring city that Ith envies. And yeah. All right, so a prominent patron within the city. This might be a good time to actually figure out who that is. So let me figure out which year this happens in first. So let's say it's somewhere closer to our target date. Just a couple of years before. That makes sense. All right, so let's go swing by our name category here. Looks like we got another view or two. If you're new here, this might actually be a great time to chime in if you'd like. We have got kind of cooperative world building as we kind of continue to make the world of Gethra here at the Knaves Guild. So if you'd like to take on a role as a character, just gotta say hi. We can figure out a role for you. Perhaps you can make decisions for someone who is involved with this sinister magical cult. In 733, the cult was introduced prominently into the city of Ith by a local noble. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and give him a name and see. Unless Babacus, if you'd like to continue, that's up to you as well. We could have you take on a second role if you'd like. Yeah, no worries.